Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters San Jose Qualifiers. It's Cup number 2 here in Stage 1. We've made it through to the round of 16, which means that we are getting some really heavy hitters of the American scene right now.
We're going to be going into JonSnow versus Gemini, so this is going to be a very, very sweet ZvP. These two have actually come through the bracket quite well. JonSnow, of course, playing for Solaris Gaming. He's been doing a lot recently. I'm just checking a look. JonSnow took out Eric in the previous round. Gemini took out Toadscamp.
Okay. We've seen Toadscamp participate in a lot of these qualifiers, actually. Trying to bust his way through, but Overgrowth is going to be our map. We're actually getting a lot of PvZ right now. Maybe after this series, we'll try and find a little bit more variance.
Some Terran.
Yeah, some Terran, although we got a lot of that in our previous series.
Yeah. Actually, we did. Well. We got, wasn't it like 2 TVTs yesterday? And
we got a lot of Terran. We got a lot of Terran. Yeah, we did. Okay, so once Gemini is good to go, then I'll be okay. JonSnow, we see quite a lot of him in the past in the American scene as, say, Gemini I'm not as familiar with, being like an outsider onlooking at the American scene, as Gemini is not really just yet. Why does the name Gemini ring so much of a bell to me, though? I think I have seen a few of the games. He
plays for Integrity Gaming.
Okay.
I just looked at his profile to find that out.
Fair play.
I'm not a fountain of knowledge. I wish I was, but no, game is ready. So Overgrowth is going to be coming on through now. Of course, I reckon unofficially the most popular first round game in a best of 3 map.
No doubt.
Messioso refused to confirm that for me. He didn't know off the top of his head.
Graham doesn't know anything. Just leave him to his own devices. All right, so... This time I'm pretty sure he's probably not watching because he's probably sleeping. So anyway, let's get into things as we have our third PvZ of the night. Spawning down to the bottom left-hand corner here in the round of 16. It is our red Zerg. It is JonSnow. And up to the top right-hand corner, it's our teal Protoss, because all the Protoss like teal. It is Gemini.
So, this is going to be going awesomely sweet. I'm looking forward to this game, actually, because... I know JonSnow, I've seen quite a bit of his play, I've cast a few of them, and he really is an up-and-comer, so I think this should be good. I don't know as much about Gemini, to be honest, so I actually quite like not knowing stuff about players when I cast them, because it makes it more exciting for me as a caster, not being able to somewhat predict what people are going to do. JonSnow, 9-pool.
All right.
As I mentioned, not being able to predict what people are going to do.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting this either, but there you go. So, cool way to open up this series, to be honest with you. Solaris Gaming representative really wanted to bring the pressure, but in the end, JonSnow, if he goes for a gateway, which looks like he is going to, he should be okay, technically.
He should be. Gateway coming on down. Nice little bit of SimCity there, blocking out one of the routes around the back of the mineral path. JonSnow, though, should be pumping out 6-8 lings just to go for a little bit of harassment, but it's still irritating, to be fair. 6 lings, it's a bit annoying.
Yeah, JonSnow, I can't remember which qualifier cup it was in previously, but he was like going toe-to-toe. Oh, it was Cup de America or something like that. He was going toe-to-toe with Hook for like a lot of games, a lot of games in a series. And I think he actually won that series in the end to get into Cup America. Correct me if I'm wrong, or did Hook?
No, Huck did win that one. No, that was in... Huck won the last time they won, but JonSnow, Copa America, JonSnow won 4-3.
I watched the whole series, and it was 4-3 to JonSnow in the end, so he can hang with really, really good players. Now, simply though, Gemini has seen these lings heading over. There's going to be more of a commitment here to lings. There's already an extra 4 on the way, but behind the 8 that are already out, so...
It's been seen, though, so look, Gemini's already preparing the wall off, just keeping a probe there. If he sees anything coming up, he's just going to instantly throw down an extra pylon.
The problem with the idea of going for the wall, though, is that you can't repair it as a Protoss.
God, that'd be OP.
So, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. So he's trying to time it out for when the wall... So he's... Yeah, okay. So that middle pylon can die pretty fast.
Yep, cancel goes down. Oh, in come the lings. They're going to be a little bit irritating. Trying to get the ZvP.
Oh, God, that was so sick by Gemini. Considering the control... Probes have to come off the line as well, but oh my God.
For anyone who missed that, basically what he did was he cancelled the pylon as soon as the Zella was in position and instantly started another pylon, leaving just a 1-cell block. But I don't think he was prepared for these additional lings coming over. There are still 2 more coming to greet this army, but
the Mothership Core is helping out. That was, Gemini, that was beautiful. That was really nice. Well, Good job by Gemini. JonSnow gets pushed back there. And unfortunately for him, he's had to kind of consolidate his losses, and he's taking the only real good thing he has an advantage is the fact that the hatchery is down and going. But Gemini does have Warp Gate already on the way.
Gemini didn't really have to cut much, to be honest. It was slightly later Natural Nexus, but if you look at this, it was 7 Lings for a Zealot.
It's like the threat of Warp Gate now being on the way this late, with the Zerg taking a less than strong economic position early on. It means that there is a threat of gateway pushes coming along against a Zerg. But obviously, JonSnow's pretty good, pretty much knows that that is an occurrence. So we'll have to cut the idea of ton of drones early if he sees some threat coming along.
The trouble is the lack of gas. That's going to be really difficult to deal with because that means no roaches, no Ling speed. And if those gateways did decide to push relatively quickly, it could cause problems because Warp Gate tech is already 2/3 done for Gemini. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. A few more Lings still trying to poke and prod around. There's 4 of them on the field, but they're just scouting for information. They want to know what's coming, specifically what's going to make up the composition of this wall at the natural base for Gemini.
Yeah.
How many gateways?
1, 2. There's going to be a pylon there if he wants to actually have a proper wall. There we go. So no 4th gateway just yet.
Even 3 gates is quite scary at the moment, though, for JonSnow, because he's only got slow Lings.
Yeah.
Is there a probe out on the map? There isn't, is there? No.
No, I didn't really have an opportunity to do too much. He's sending a Stalker over here to try and deny this, and sees the transfer of those probes down, but you already saw the expansion anyway, so all should be fine for him. Noticeably, though, this Overlord hasn't seen a 4th gateway or anything like that, and saw extra sentries popping out. So for now, he should be pretty confident and aware of the fact that big Zealot gateway pressure coming along. But there is always the potential of Protoss in today's day and age of warping in a few Zealots and just poking out with Zealot sentry anyway, and forcing you to make units and then just pulling straight on back.
Of course, behind all of this as well, JonSnow doesn't have a 3rd hatch because of how aggressive he went early on, and that just causes him some problems because he's on equal basis with Gemini. Of course, his hatch was out sooner, but when he does take that 3rd, it's going to be a little bit vulnerable if pressure does come on through. And right, like you said, Claris, we've got those Zealots and Sentries going for a nice little adventure.
Yeah, and that's really, really irritating here for JonSnow, who will see those units eventually. Actually, he has no vision on the map at all.
And it is still only slow Lings.
Okay, this could actually just cancel the 3rd hatch, and that's really annoying. I can't believe he didn't have any vision on the map.
The Mothership Core is coming as well, so basically as a Protoss player here, you wander in, you kill the 3rd, and then if need be, you warp out.
There's even a pylon going down on the right-hand side next to these the gold base. So, like, yeah, there's 14 Lings on the way, but he's making spines at his natural because he knows he has to consolidate his losses and give up the 3rd base. Bit of a disaster here for JonSnow in Game 1.
It was the aggression, it just didn't really do anything, and it was because of the clutch play by Gemini going for the pylon shifteroo as his wall off and completing with a Zealot. It was beautiful. Oh, the Dark Shrine, I love that. Yeah,
he's really just trying to exploit him at this point. A few Zealots are going to warp in near this pylon. The Zerglings are going to try and deny this pylon in the middle, but
there's the one by the gold.
Exactly. So even if they did do that, it's not going to be brilliant.
It's keeping the drone count low as well. There's 38 drones to 47 probes. On the bright side for JonSnow, he's not going to imminently die, but he's definitely got a tough point. And of course, it's been hidden as well, this Twilight Council and the Dark Shrine.
Yeah, so. And all in all, I mean, with this up to the top left-hand corner, the cool thing is that the Hallucinated Phoenix went in and saw the lack of a layer. So it had only just started after that Hallucinated Phoenix had dissipated. So his
Well, the Dark Shrine finishes in 20 seconds, and the lair still has 35 seconds to go.
Yeah, and that pylon still hasn't been found near the gold. So he can just warp in like however many DTs he wants and actually just push across. And he has no fear of actually dedicating the gas to that because basically he has enough units at the front to defend a natural. So what are his problems? He has none. He has none.
Always a good place to be. No problems. That 3rd could get cancelled. It will get cancelled.
Yeah, but yeah.
Like, oh, shucks, I had to cancel my 3rd. I guess I've got to slowly kill your 3rd with my DTs.
Oh, shucks, yeah. Dark Templars everywhere. In every single mineral line, it's going to deny a lot of mining time. Please go and hit drones. Okay, there we go.
Clever DT. Slowly scything his way through.
Okay, so actually the pull from the drones was really nice here, and Gemini wasn't exactly on top of putting the damage really on the board. So the Dark Templar have done a surprising lack of damage.
He's still going for that 3rd, though. Weakening it up nicely. Should be able to get the third.
Yep.
Where is the Overseer? There's a lot of Lings there. Come on, Overseer. Come on. Good Overseer.
No. Kill that off.
Is third going to go down? It's actually not. Wow. Okay.
This was rubbish.
Say it how it is, Kalaris. Don't pull your punches there.
This could have done more. I think
if he just cancelled the third, it would have been fine. Like, keep two DTs there. Guarantee the third getting cancelled. He killed what? How many workers?
I mean, with 3 DTs, you could probably, with the timing of the layer and the fact that that wasn't really seen at all because the tech hasn't been seen and he had no vision of this pylon on the right-hand side, you could have even just walked into the natural and killed this and let hatchery off. Of course, there's a little bit of a risk, but overall, you have the firepower to do it given the situation.
Yeah, go Mr. DT. You kill some more drones. Well done.
That's okay. This gives JonSnow, in my mind, a little bit of room to catch up because the thing is he got his double evolution chambers really, really quite early in this, considering that he lost his third base. So his 2-2 is rapidly approaching against an army that has not a lot of AoE damage. It's going to have to be Zealot protecting these Immortals, and that's pretty much it.
Yep. There's no Robo Bay. The robotic facility is pumping out Immortals, but
if he went with just 2-2 and a lot of Lings and tried to just surround this army, Force Field's obviously playing a huge part, but he's just going to go lots and lots and lots of Lings.
Many Lings. Much wow. But yep, 2-2, it's going to be tough. Of course, the Force Fields are going to be integral to making this work. It's still not easy for JonSnow because he's at 59 drones to 66 probes and on equal bases, but if he can pick up the third of Gemini, it's actually all right.
Yeah, but for now, he's just cleaning up. He's on clean duty. Few Lings up here, but there is that cannon there, well walled off, well protected to be able to deny any kind of counter. This push out for Gemini is a bit suspect. If he were to get flanked, it could be shut down. But overall, it is forcing just more and more units. But there was always just more and more units being built anyway.
Yep. A lot of Lings coming on through. They're seen by those Dark Templar, which is nice. Mothership Core is nowhere to be seen. This army's going to have to go for it. That's really the only option. Lots of spines being produced behind this for JonSnow, but they're not going to be done in time. Without the Lings here, this army is very scary. Blink is, of course, finished for these Stalkers, but back at home in the defense, the Zealots have got their work cut out.
Yeah, this is just going to be too much here for JonSnow. He was trying to go for some kind of counter-attack, desperate measures movement, but in the end, he's being held off at the natural. That gateway may end up falling in the end, but his third base already fell to the 3 Immortals. And the Dark Templars eventually got cleaned up, yes, but everything was just really kind of causing him a lot of problems.
Spines aren't really a problem either when you've got 3 Immortals in your army as well. They're just going to get shattered. JonSnow trying to produce a couple more Zerglings. Bear in mind he's got 73 on the field, but they're all across the map. They're deciding to try and come back, but the Force Fields are there.
There was some good focus fire there, actually, by some of the Spines that actually brought down a sentry that was on full health. I'm not sure whether it was full force, but because of that, it's only Lings against this, and he lost all of his Force Field ability. So that didn't actually go too badly for JonSnow, considering the situation, but he's still kind of behind.
He's on 3 bases to 3, but the third is down where the fourth is. Is the Warp Prism there? Does it see it? The Warp Prism does not see it.
He really wants to try and do something with these Lings right now. There was like a small window.
Oh, the Mutalisk coming out is actually a little bit irritating. There's only going to be a couple of Archons.
Yeah.
There's no cannons down.
Oh, Warp Prism falls down to the bottom right. And now that this base down to the 4th actually has begun mining.
These 15 Mutants can actually be really annoying.
Yeah, he just has no Stargates. He has no... He's getting a Robo Base. Not exactly what he really wants right now. Of course, there's a lot of Lings. Yeah, he has to accommodate for that. But JonSnow, if he's able to claw his way through with this Spire transition, then...
The only anti-air for Gemini is 4 Archons and 4 Sentries.
Yeah.
And they're going up against 15 Mutalisks.
He's going to kill so many probes. Especially the main and the natural, which aren't covered by cannons. Like...
Yep.
I mean, even in the third base, it's only 1 cannon, right?
Yeah,
so
and that won't cover the right-hand flank. In come the Mutalisks. This is exactly what you want to be happening right now for JonSnow. JonSnow is going to get a ton of damage done.
These Mutalisks could actually win him the game.
Yep, the sentry's being focused nice and quick. The Archon's too fat.
Can't get there. Oh, jeez. He's actually having to kill his own wall to get through all of this, but he denies the starports from being finished. He's getting so many probe kills. He's still at 65, yeah, but...
The cannon of the third doesn't even block off most of this, as long as the Mutalisk is controlled nicely. Photon Overcharge is going to come on down, but Worker Kills is up to 36 for JonSnow now. Be careful with your Mutalisks. Back them out.
Jeez.
Okay, it looked good and it looked pretty, but it has still only leveled out the work account.
Yeah. Roach Warren's on the way, and he's losing a few of these mutas.
Yeah, this is not what you want to do. Don't lose the mutas.
Not Roach Warren, Roaches. But overall, Gemini, he's kind of reeling now. +3 weapons with Blinkstalkers is pretty cool, yeah, but you can only be so mobile with Blinkstalkers against Mutalisks.
His army is so out of position as well here.
Yeah. And he's going to take a bit more damage as well to kill off the Templar Archives. You know what would be really cool? If they actually just focus down the Robo Bay, deny Colossus production, and then he overwhelm with Roach and Ling. Because I don't see how he's going to keep up with the unit count if that was the case. Don't need to take that fight. But yeah, if they could get the Robo Bay, like, I mean, he's thrown down Photon Overcharge here because he wants to try and protect his main. Because Robo Bay, in the end, is going to be really, really important against what we're seeing here from JonSnow on the ground.
Yep. JonSnow's droning behind this. He's trying to get a good economy. He's up by about 60-odd supply at the moment. There's no Colossus coming out either because basically Gemini's sitting here being like, I need more anti-air. Like, I so need anti-air. It's my only option right now because he's thinking there's a big commitment to Mutalisks. But that Roach Ling force is actually getting very, very substantial.
Yeah, +3 weapons can do a lot here, though, for Gemini, as the Mutalisks have still hit the third base once again. Trying to catch any kind of anti-air that is here will kill off a lot of it and then force away the income. But overall, Gemini is just looking to go for this. But the Roaches, where are they going? They're actually just going for the full counterattack. They're not even looking to engage this army. And overall, a base trade scenario, I think Gemini is probably going to lose.
Yep, there's just so much here for JonSnow. He's at nearly double the army supply. This is going to be very, very funky, but I think JonSnow is going to be in a great position here. Okay, the Dark Templar, they're actually going to be huge because there's no detection with this army that's going for the base trade. That could cause a bit of a problem. Where are the Overseers?
He needs to make a few.
He's got 3. Okay, 1 is with the army. 1 is over there, but
like almost every single building is being attacked for Gemini right now, though. Yes, he finds he's killing off of the majority of the main base. The Hive got cancelled. Dark Templar's going to work over here as well as he morphs in for more Overseers, but he's going to be revealed. He's going to see these buildings up to the top left-hand corner and then just be like, this one probe. Is he the one probe? He is the one chosen probe.
Yeah, but he doesn't have enough money for another Nexus.
Well, he's going to have money for other buildings or something, anything, because these buildings up to the top left are going to die really, really, really fast.
He's being revealed.
Pylons, anything, extractors. Uh-oh.
This is going to be a problem. Even if he gets the pylon, I don't think Gemini can hold off a full-on engagement.
He has to protect this assimilator. But yeah, he could actually just suicide onto the assimilator and kill it. But of course, he doesn't know how much money this probe has. If he kills the probe and then gets to the assimilators, then jobs are good. And
well, he just goes for the assimilator's already going to go down. Build something! Build something! Okay, another one's been made. That's fine.
Okay. So,
you've got to protect that. You've got to protect that assimilator, Gemini.
Yeah, he's got money for another one. So, but it might die before he even gets there.
Okay, no, he's going to get. But still, the army's never going to base trade in time.
No, not at all.
Just a couple of Lings are going to chase this and then just sit there and go, oh, you want to take this
That's
fight?
the last assimilator. So that is his hopes, and the Lings are going to put an end to those hopes.
Ling's going for the probe just in case. But well, funky end to game number 1 there.
JonSnow should not have won that game.
No,
not in the way that it kind of evolved out in the start. You know, Gemini was playing a really, really nice game. I loved it. But then JonSnow, overall, I think he has more experience than Gemini. I could be going out on a limb here and just saying something completely wrong. But from what I know of the American scene, JonSnow is one of the guys that is, more so up there than Gemini. As I said, he beat Hook 4-3 in that Cup America final thing. So that was pretty good. So really cool recovery from JonSnow. Really cool game.
Worth noting, Aligulac does actually give JonSnow quite a favoured position in this series. So your speculation is indeed correct, Kalaris.
Cool. I'm okay with this.
So yeah, we're just waiting for map number 2 at the moment. Of course, this is the round of 16 of the second cup for America Stage 1 Intel Extreme Masters San Jose qualifiers. They're going to be looking to get one of the 2 spots to go into Stage 2, where 3 players, of course, will qualify for the main event, go straight into the group stages with their travel and hotel costs covered.
Second map's going to be merry-go-round as we wait for JonSnow to get into things. But Gemini overall had a fantastic open. He had cool ability to continue put on pressure. Unfortunately, the Dark Templars really didn't do too much for him at the beginning.
I reckon that would have played out a lot differently if the Dark Templar had focused on the third. Because a 2-base Zerg up against a 3-base Protoss is just ouch.
Yeah.
The Mutalisk as well, which just was so fantastic.
Yeah, it was a nice little switch up. For JonSnow, that was like one of his main and only ways of really kind of getting back into that game, and he did perfectly. So, you know, you can't fault him. Cannot fault him at all for finding that opening.
We are just waiting at the moment for one of the players, and then we will be getting into the game. Of course, you can join the discussion on Twitter, hashtag IEM. Let us know your thoughts, who's going to qualify through today, and also who you reckon out of the people already qualified may make it through Stage 2 here. There's some cool players in Stage 2, aren't there, Claris?
I'm wondering, yes, there is. There's some very cool players. There's people like Violet in there.
Scarlet,
like
Suppy.
Scarlet and Suppy and Hook and QXC, who tried to play today, but we said no.
He was just so keen.
Okay, so let's actually check if the bracket's updated at all. Intense and Belief have already moved on to the round of 8.
Okay.
So they've got like 2 more series basically to win for themselves. And they will be going through. Countdown has begun for game number 2. As JonSnow recovered fantastically in the previous game. Now it's merry-go-round where Gemini probably is going to feel pretty pigeonholed into not doing too much with a third base. We'll have to see, though. Of course, Protoss have been able to establish third bases on this map. You can do it. It just can be a bit dicey. Let's get into game number 2 as we have merry-go-round our map. Down at the bottom, down to the south position, it is our teal Protoss. It is Gemini. And up to the top right-hand corner, it's our red Zerg representing Solaris Gaming. It is JonSnow.
JonSnow?
Snow.
Snow?
I'm a ginger. I'm allowed to be able to do this. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, for now, if JonSnow was able to make the... Oh, well, okay, this probe is giving us a bit of a heads up. Pylon already on the way and going to move out already. Wow. Eager. Eager beaver.
Go on, little probe. See what you can find. Have an adventure.
It's going the right way. And this actually reveals itself to JonSnow a little bit earlier than Forge and kind of cannon rush ideas would really allow to be happen. So if JonSnow does see this early on, he'll be probably just going hatchery first, spawning pool first and be completely fine.
Yep, Overlord coming on across. He's going to see and go, yep. Oh, actually, no, may not see. Does he see? Does he?
Yeah,
he does. Okay, he sees now. So... yeah, that's fine. JonSnow should open pool first now and not take any chances. May end up being a Nexus first from Gemini, not seeing anything super early. I doubt we'll see a Forge now. Like, the probe's been seen.
Drone already got pulled back here to try and poke away at that. And there is the spawning pool, which has been spotted. So for now, Gemini, he has free reign to go Nexus, which is going to be spotted pretty quickly. So... I think, though, that Gemini should be able to build a wall off before any Lings would even get over here, for the most part, at least.
It's quite an easy map to get a wall off on, thanks to that nice little chunk of debris there. You can actually go for a complete wall off perfectly happily. But yeah, just waiting at the moment to see what these guys are doing. The drone being very... sorry, the probe being very irritating here, blocking for as long as possible. Yeah.
It's a good little follow-up. In the end, feels a bit apprehensive about taking 2 more shots. Wants to get out of there. Overlord spots this, and Forge is on the way just to start completing this wall off while that spawning pool finishes. And he sees a few Lings, well, or will see a few Lings in production, and then get right out of there. Because, I mean, realistically, there's not a whole lot you can do, so why commit to anything more than 4?
Yep. He can poke, he can prod, and have a go, but... yep, this is very, very normal stuff now, transitioning into the mid-game perfectly happily. Of course, JonSnow doesn't have to be too crazy because he's had a lot of vision of what's been going on, and so he's actually got a lot... I'd say he's in a much better position than game number 1, where he went for that 12 pool. Sorry, the 9 pool, and it didn't really do much.
Yeah, I would say so. Gemini had great transitions out of that in the end. I knew how to deal with it in the earlier mid, but when it got a little bit later on in the mid-game, JonSnow somehow pulled a rabbit out of his hat. And right now is pulling a third out of his hat. So, not really doing too much.
He must have a very big hat, Polaris.
That's a pretty big hat. Yeah, that is a pretty big hat. But then the drone becomes the hatchery, so you could argue that it's the drone that was in the hat, and then...
I don't reckon a drone and a rabbit would get on. I reckon the drone would try and eat the rabbit.
Rabbit's pretty tasty, man. I'm not surprised. Rabbit is pretty tasty. Okay, so there's not really much that he can spot here other than the cybernetics core. And a very, very normal opener here. But look at this. He's been scouting out a lot, but does not find this probe up to the top left.
Which is a real
gonna
shame.
Find it. Rallied, rallied, rallied. Technically, yes,
Rallied,
eventually.
okay. They've got a bit of a mission on their hands, though, first.
Yeah, it's quite a way away.
Also, the probe may move by that point as well.
But overall, I mean, at least it's really kind of good spotting. He's really accommodating for the fact that, yes, Protoss, more often than not on this map, have to do something a little bit weird, unless they're going to try and stabilize on a third base. That can be a bit irritating because it is so exposed, so open. There's a Stargate actually being added on here for Gemini.
Interesting times. That probe is going to get found. Lings ever so slowly and steadily making progress.
He actually just rerouted those.
Yep.
Okay, so he'll still find it anyway, which is nice.
Go on, little Lings. There we go. Happy Zerglings.
So he spots that, and he's pretty much scouted out everything on the map apart from this
Oh, he sees
bottom
the
left
Stargate.
hand
He sees it.
Oh, did he see it as well?
Overlord coming through.
Jeez, JonSnow's scouting is really, really good this game. Like, really good. Scouted everything out on the main, scouted everything out on the map. And then from there on out, he should feel pretty comfortable, especially since he sees it's a Phoenix being produced.
Yep. Well, there's no point really getting an Oracle if it's been scouted that early. Like, your opponent will have spores and things down easy enough. So yeah, the Overlord will die. The other Overlord's already being hidden. Of course, that horrible air fence means that the Phoenix have a much easier job of finding Overlords. So any that are around the map will get picked off, but it's only 2 actually. So that's quite nice. Again, we've got that really fast robotics facility coming off the back of this too.
Little dance of the Overlord there as well from JonSnow as he sees the Phoenix. And he knows what's up. He's just droning, droning, droning. Hasn't even bothered adding any spores just yet anyway, because he knows that they're probably not going to do much when they're in small numbers. So he delays his spore crawler timing just a little bit so that he's played super greedy off the back of this. He's already at 55 drones.
Yep.
Adding on just a few more.
Going really careful. 6 spores, 2 at each base.
Yeah.
Does not want these Phoenix doing anything. Of course, Phoenix can be a little bit irritating throughout the early game. So yeah, there's a nice burrow coming on down as well, Kalaris.
Oh, sick. If he gets the opportunity to burrow a Zergling at that natural, third base even, sorry, I should say, then that would be really, really annoying. Does he have an observer? He never got an observer from his robo, so he's just going straight into Warp Prism with some gateway pressure. But yeah, cool stuff.
Hydralisk then coming down behind this as well for JonSnow, so he's just going to be getting out a nice amount of anti-air just to deal with these Phoenix. Phoenix trying to pick off a drone or 2, but with the 2 spores at each base, it completely covers them. There's no way the Phoenix can get a lift down. It really shuts them down easily.
And somehow he snuck another probe onto the map and got a pylon on the left-hand side. Is bringing a probe with this. So sick, because he knows how much his opponent scouted out on the map, and he actually doesn't even see this Warp Prism. If he somehow got vision of this Warp Prism, drop the probe, make a pylon, that'd be so awesome. Is he going to go into the main?
He is.
Oh my god. Is he going to try and wall that off with pylons?
That's exactly what he's going to do.
Oh my god. Oh my, wait, please do this. Please do this, Gemini. Why is the probe here?
The probe's just along to the right. The probe doesn't even want to do it.
Cannons! Oh, Gemini! Oh! Okay, I'll stop.
I haven't seen this in so long. This is so infuriating.
That is so sick. Oh, that is so sick. Oh, God. Well, this could actually work out. Oh, but he does out! Yeah, he really needs to stop. Oh, what a sick pickup, but he's got to be very, very careful of those Hydralisks. Ah, the 2 spore crawlers repositioned themselves so well as well. Oh, the gameplay was beautiful, but in the end it all crumbled. Why didn't he have force fields?
He had the energy. He just needed to do it.
Oh, meanwhile there was one zealot over here and doing nothing. Oh wait, no, maybe he got a lot of kills. I missed that.
Yeah, he did. 20 worker kills.
Probably not one zealot though. Maybe more than one.
One hero zealot.
The drones had to be pulled off from the main, right?
Yep.
But it's still 48 workers to 48 workers, and now with Protoss is still stuck on 2 base.
Yeah, but look at the army supply, Kalaris.
Yeah, it's kind of
61 to 21.
Those 17 Hydralisks. He's just going to go counter and kill.
Yep.
This one Colossus without thermal lance is the linchpin of the defense.
He's not even out yet. He doesn't know the responsibility he's being born into.
Yeah. Well, here we come.
That Forge is probably going to get focused pretty quick.
Nice force fields to start things off.
Yep, the Colossus already working away.
Oh, that was a lot of lings in there.
It was. Oh, be careful with your Colossus. Run away with it.
Yeah.
Careful, Colossus.
If he buys time for Thermal Lance, then this gets shut down. But he needs more force fields.
Which he doesn't have. He's only got 4 sentries. Down goes the Forge. No plus
fields.
1.
Ah! Okay. Well, this army is now going to have to be controlled very, very diligently. Probes come off the line as well because he knows he has to... Oh, dear me. Okay. Well, another Colossus is on the way, but by the time that gets there, the entire rest of the units might be dead, so it's going to be up to Probes to really buffer. GG. Well played. JonSnow takes the 2nd victory here in the round of 16. And overall, Gemini, oh, that force field. Oh,
that one force field may have cost him the game.
That would have been so cool.
You got so happy about that. Kalaris' face lit up.
That would have been so cool.
It was literally like a kid on Christmas morning.
All right, that does it for our round of 16 series. That means in just a little bit, hopefully we'll be able to
work out if we know who JonSnow's going up against. He's going up against Intense. I think Bales versus Ghost Users also already started. The other 2 semi-finals we don't know about yet, so or at least the bracket hasn't been updated for now.
Yeah, we'll find out some more matches in just a little bit. But don't forget, guys, all importantly, this qualifier leads up to something much, much bigger, and that is the Intel Extreme Masters San Jose. And actually, you can get tickets over in, if you live in America, or even if you want to fly in. All you have to do is go to intelextrememasters.com and then head to the very top of the page where there's little like written text that says, get your Intel Extreme Masters San Jose tickets here. Actually, it just says, get your San Jose tickets here.
Yep.
And then you can
click where the arrow points.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so definitely head over to the arena over there where the Sharks play in San Jose. It's going to be a phenomenal tournament because...
That is a really nice rhyme. The Sharks play in San Jose.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty sick.
That was a really sick rhyme.
I didn't even mean it. And I'm watching the 3-minute delay of the cannons going down in the at the top of the ramp. That's
Your
so
face
cool.
isn't quite... It's nearly as excited. Look at that face. That face is nowhere near as happy as it was when it actually happened.
Oh, and it's not working. Oh.
Look at the force. The force field could have gone there. It would have been so nice. Don't worry, Klaus.
All right, so we're going to go to a short break, and then when we're back, we're going to have more games here from the Intel Extreme Masters San Jose qualifiers.